Quite a lot of levels in here, but my phone tends to think otherwise. Now, I'm not really supposed to say diddly squat about what happens at work, but I read something in the paper here. This paper's a few weeks old, but I found this thing in it. And I think it could be something to do with what happened at work. Now, first up, this mob in the paper here is using what the paper says is new technology, but I don't really believe it. Basically, they have dishes, very large dishes, parabolic, of course, and I've got a feeling it's a lot like ones I've seen in the United States. You may know about one company which brought out these panels that were primarily plastic lenses, and they had a whole heap of real small little cells down below, and then on top of it you had all these sort of square lenses side by side that were like Fresnel lenses. They're sort of like magnifying glass where it concentrates it, and they get all the light and they'd concentrate it down, and they were hoping that that'd be good technology. And you know, there were a couple of built in that, but it really didn't take off. But I think these guys are doing the same thing here with parabolic dishes, using them to get, well, I'll quote the newspaper here, dishes use ultra-high efficiency solar cells that convert sunlight intensity at 500 times its normal intensity, or 500 times the rate of rooftop panels. Let us hope this can get to 1,000 times as strong in the near future with a bit of tweaking or change of reflective backing or whatever. Maybe they want to cool the solar cell itself and, you know, increase the efficiency of solar cells, because, as you may know, the cooler that solar cells get, the more efficient they get. And I have a few things in a book which sort of tell me a bit about that efficiency, and I'll do another talk one day on PV panels in a bit more depth and explain a bit of that. But now we're talking about this one. Now this one is set up near a desert area up in the northwest of my state that commonly grows a lot of grapes from irrigation from a large river that's there. And once you get away from that river, you know you're near the desert. It is really hot and a lot of sand and all that. But they're going to set it up there. They intend to, next year, start building of the full-size plant. They've put in the first stage, which is 40 dishes that track the sun during the day, and provide power for about 500 homes. They intend to put in 2,000 dishes in total, with enough power for about 30,000 homes, and they're going to play around trying to meet a few conditions and get a bit more funding, and hope to go ahead with the full 100 megawatt plant next year, and they believe it will take about 3 years to build it completely. So yeah, and the mob is, the plant owners are known as Silex Systems, S-I-L-E-X Systems. Now if I can find anything just banging around in Google or whatever, I'll put it down below in the description. But you may know a little bit about company structures, and you may have found this out for the place you work with. You know, there's such a thing as a larger company and then a subsidiary owned by a larger company, and the place I work for is a subsidiary of a larger company. And you know, there's different things that go on with company structures, to do with taxes, to do with separating the company from the investors of the company, and you may have the owners of the plant at one place, the people who build everything and install it are another mob, The people who develop the technology for that plant are another mob. People who sell the electricity from it are yet another mob, and you get all these heaps of names. But this in the newspaper refers to it as Silex Systems, but there's another one that come to our work, and they basically had very, very large dishes, and I have a strange feeling it may have been the same people, project, plant, whatever you want to call it, or the builders of these dishes, because they had massive, massive dishes, and they had something that they needed taken care of with these dishes and the way they worked. That's all I'm going to say. And they come to us to ask if we could help. So yeah, I don't know any more than me seeing their company car turn up and a bit of stuff and just reading what was on the door of the company car. But yeah, this is something that may be interesting. Snowflake's chance in hell I may go up there and actually look a bit of it, add a bit of it and film it for you guys. Chances are I probably won't, but if I really feel itching to, and I'm loaded with money and have a bit too much time in my hands, or lose my job or whatever, then I may just decide to take a little road trip up there and see. Whether they let me in the joint's another thing. Me being me, with my 70-fold zoom camera, it doesn't seem to bloody matter a damn if they let me into the joint, because I can always have a snoop from the roadside. And if you've seen enough of my filming inside shops, you'll know that I'm great at a bit of stealth filming. So yeah, Snowflake's chance in hell I may actually film it, but don't really take me word for it there. But yeah, it's just an interesting one that I thought I'd bring up, because all these new technologies and stuff I'm sort of interested in. And I know really seriously that's not a new technology, because other people have sort of done it with Fresnel lenses and that, but this uses parabolic dishes. And yeah, I just thought that one would be of interest to y'all, because it was sort of interesting when I read it, and then I sort of realised, hang on, I think I might have seen those guys at work. So yeah.